Hello and welcome to Narrowboat Chef. Today on the menu we're making a simple fried rice.
Fried rice is a dish that traditionally just uses the leftovers. They often have it for breakfast in a lot of Southeast Asian countries, so you can pretty much use whatever you want. We're using just some vegetables, a bit of egg and some bacon in it.
Yeah.
It's a nice, simple, quick, easy dish.
Very.
So let's just get into it.
Let's get cooking.
Let's get cooking. So we're just going to use probably half of this onion, because we'll also be using spring onion to garnish it with later. So I'll probably just use that. Yeah, just going to quickly cut into a small dice. I'm just going to cut my spring onion for garnish later. It's nice to have the fresh spring onion on top. Just get rid of any of the dry leaves, well, the dried layers. Just going to slice it in half just so I can cut it a little bit quicker. You just want it small, thin slices. Now I'm just going to cut up some bacon. Cut up some bacon for our rice. I'm just using about 4 slices, so we're doing about enough for 2 people, so 2 slices per person. So I'm just going to rough dice this. No need to be pretty with it, as it will shrink down a little bit in the pan. So now I'm just going to crack my 2 eggs into a bowl. I'm just going to lightly season it. A little salt, a little bit of pepper, and just a quick splash of soy sauce. Break the egg yolks up and just use my fork just to break it up and slightly mix it up a bit. That way later on it's easier when I mix it into the pan. So I've already cut my carrots up because it didn't look very pretty, so I didn't really put it on camera. It was just a bit marked on the outside, and yeah, everyone likes pretty food.
Well, this dish is a leftover dish, so...
Yeah, this is a leftover dish, it's leftover carrot. We're also going to throw some peas in later. So I've just got about, what, 100 grams of frozen peas. So I'll have all my ingredients ready and chopped and cut before I even put the heat to the pan, because it's a very fast cooked dish and you want everything ready to go to be tossed in right when you want it. So that's a simple, quick and easy fried rice. So I'm going to start with a really hot pan. Ideally you'd want a wok with a wok burner, but we're just using a big flat based pan, and you'll put that on the stove top, get it at the highest temperature you can and just get it nice and hot, pretty much smoking. So I'm adding my sesame oil, and I'm adding a fair bit, not a huge amount, but a fair slosh of it in.
Probably 2 tablespoons?
Yeah, about 2 tablespoons. We add a fair bit because the onions will soak up a little bit of it, and when we put the rice will actually absorb a bit of the oil as well and get that nice sesame flavour. And once you got your oil in the pan and it's nice and smoking hot, because you want it super hot, we'll start by adding our onions. And our bacon at the same time. Add a teaspoon of ginger and a teaspoon of garlic. And then after that's cooked out a bit and the bacon's starting to brown and the onion's starting to soften, we'll then add our 2 cups of cooked rice. The rice has been left overnight because older rice that's cool is better for fried rice than fresh rice that's warm and soft, because it dries out a little bit, it'll also absorb a bit of that flavour and it'll stick to the pan less. It's much easier to do. If you're using a wok at a higher temperature, you would want to keep this moving quite constantly. But because obviously our burner isn't quite as hot and this is not a wok, I'm just going to be cooking and getting the heat up in the pan before I start flipping it around. And as soon as we cook that rice out a little bit, then we'll pretty much add everything else in, toss it around and add our sauces. Give that a toss through. I am now just going to use my wood spatula to push all the rice over to one side of the pan. Our pan's looking a little bit dry for the egg I'm about to cook, so I'm just going to add a little bit more oil to the corner, and I'm just going to add my egg. I'm just going to tilt my pan over so it doesn't make too much contact with the rice, and I'm just going to use my spatula to scramble the egg. Just want that egg to be broken up. There we go. Just make sure it's broken up as we reintroduce it into the rice. Well, introduce it, not reintroduce it. I'm going to have to add a little bit more oil to my pan, just as it's getting a little bit dry. Just add a little bit at a time if you need to. Alright, so it's about now. Then I'm going to add my sauces. Add a teaspoon of sweet chili sauce and a tablespoon of soy sauce. You just want to toss that through. And I'm just going to add a bit of coarse black pepper to it. So that's pretty much our rice done. So I'm just going to turn off the heat. And now it's time to serve. Of course, don't forget our nice spring onion garnish. So there you have it. That's our simple fried rice. Doesn't take very long to cook at all. Probably about 15 minutes altogether.
Altogether with the chopping up the veg included. About
And then
15 minutes.
Bunging it all in the pan.
It's a very simple and easy one.
Yeah, it's good on its own. Just make a big bowl of it, or on the side with some other dishes. I sometimes like to have it with like maybe a fried egg on top or some pieces of chicken or something.
Yeah, it's a very versatile dish. You can pretty much put whatever you want in it. If you'd like the recipe for the fried rice, don't forget to check the link in the description below. That'll take you to our website, which has all of our recipes on it. And if you do make it, don't forget to send us pictures on social media.
Yep.
We do like seeing those.
And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.